Sup with it, guys, you got Excellent Name here, back again for another video. This time it is my week 7 match up against Hutch. You'll notice that I've kind of been slacking on the recordings lately. That's because this game was just super bad, just all around awful. So I didn't really feel like recording it, because I didn't think it would make for good content. Or maybe I'm just lazy, I don't know. But it is against Hutch. This is the management bowl. Basically was replacing the commissioner bowl for this season, as both of the commissioners had dropped out. Day of festivities, ending in this battle. For some context behind it and what ended up making it just so awful. But I ended up bringing a team with Assault vs Drapion, basically trying to answer the Latias. I'm very Latias weak on this team. Colberberry Slowbro for the Bishop, and a bunch of the other stuff like Crobat, etc. Scarf Rocks Cobalion, because I needed a Scarfer and I needed Rocks. Mega Altaria is Boost Toxic with Hyper Voice and Fire Blast. Raikou is Calm Mind 3 attack with Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Grass. And then I have an Assault Burst Taunty, also for the Latias mainly. So Latias is the main thing that I'm concerned about this game for sure, because I don't have very good Dragon answers. Mega Altaria is going to be that main thing for sure, along with the Drapion, but I can't really risk Drapion in case he goes for the Z move on it, so I got to be cautious about that. Also got to worry about Reflect type, and I don't have very good win cons here because he does have like good answers for all of my things, so I'm just going to try to chip down his team as much as possible, to hope that Raikou can sweep, or potentially just click buttons with Cobalion, I guess. But yeah, so I decided to lead Torn because it's always a safe lead versus everything. I can scout this thing set pretty easily, go for the U-turn into Altaria as he Volt switches out into Steelix. Slowbro is going to be my main swap in as the Steel Resist as he goes for the Toxic there, and then goes into his Quagsire as I throw out the Scald, get the burn, which is a bit unfortunate because that means I can't Toxic it with the Mega Altaria. So I just go into the Taunty here. It has Grass Knot for this thing. I expect him to try to scout for that, so I just go for the U-turn back into the Altaria so I can get my Mega off and heal back up. So just trying to get this chip, try to chip him more than he's chipping me. He does reveal that Steelix is going to be the first call of action rather than anything else. As he goes for the Gyro Ball there, I'm just free to throw off a Scald, but I actually go for the Ice Beam, predicting him to go Latias here and get the freeze. And this is where it all goes downhill, because as you'll see, Hutch, if you know him, can be a very salty boy, and you know, killing his main win con, not very good for him. He's a little bit upset. He's saying GG, game over. I don't really feel the same way, because obviously I'm going to still be scared of that Bishop. Bishop with low kick is going to be able to put in a lot of work. If he gets the low kick off on my Cobalion, I'm going to have difficulties breaking this Quagsire, breaking the Steelix, and even the Rotom, and Crobat can still put in work. But that doesn't really matter because Hutch is tilted as fuck right now, and in turn I'm tilted because I wanted to have a good game of Pokemon. I don't like when this stuff happens. So when Hutch tilts, I tilt because I feel bad. I'm trying to end the game as soon as possible. Just making all these plays that I can to try to get the game to finish as soon as possible. Not really thinking it through too much. And you know, as a result, it's just bad plays all around. He's autopiloting. He's making some good plays to stay in the game for someone who's autopiloting. I'm just like doing my best to win quickly, click buttons as soon as I can, break through this Quagsire, etc. Go into Altaria here to try to heal up a bit, but I actually go for the Hyper Voice because, once again, being impatient, trying to kill this Quagsire as soon as I can for Raikou and stuff. Go for the Roost there though, as he goes into the Rotom to pivot around. I get a Toxic off on this thing, which is nice, but he reveals to be Hidden Power, Poison, or Steel, or something like that. I can't stay in because the toxic damage lusting tower is out doing roost, and that's going to be very important later, because I can't really take on bishop super well with that thing, at least the dark coverage, but I also can't take any brave birds as a bit of a spoiler. Go for the grass knot there, hoping that he would stay in that time, but he still does not stay in. He goes for the brave bird, feeling to be a bit offensive there as I go into the Cabalion to try to get up my rocks. He goes Steelix, I'm forced to swap out into Slowbro because I'm scarfed. He gets in the Crobat as he U-turns out into the Quagsire to sack it. I just kill it off with Ice Beam there. And now he can go into Bishop. I am unfortunately not in range to live a knockoff, so I have to swap out into the Drapion. Because I don't want to risk Cabalion on a low kick or anything like that. And you know, if you saw chat, Hutch is just being salty saying, just end it already. Stuff like that. You know, get it over with, it's over. I'm just feeling super bad right now. Like, terrible about myself as a player. But he's saying, hey, why not? I'm just throwing out skulls trying to kill this Steelix. Once again, I can no longer take a knockoff. I want to keep this thing for the Crobat though. He goes for the low kick, predicting me to go into Cabalion, and then Sucker Punch kills me. So now I go into Raikou, and this was a misclick. I meant to go into Mega Altaria because Mega Altaria could actually take a Sucker Punch. This thing cannot take a Sucker Punch, as it turns out. So I thankfully was able to think, okay, well, he's probably just gonna go for a knockoff or something, because if I brought this in, it's probably to calm my sub up. But no, it was just a misclick. He does indeed go for that as I kill him off with Thunderbolt, but this is still bad for me because I can't really swap into this Rotom. So therefore, I need to set up Calm Minds here to try to kill this Rotom. And then I just go for a couple Shadow Balls. As he goes through his own Shadow Balls. I can kill this off now with the Thunderbolt in case he swapped into Crobat. And then I go for a little bit of a joke here. I swap out into Slowbro, wanting to preserve differential, not wanting to sack Raikou off to the Brave Bird, because I know Slowbro can live 2 hits with ease. But then he crits me. He's at 5% now. And then I choke again. I go into Torn because once again I want to save differential, and I'm pretty sure Torn lives a Brave Bird. But then I miss Hurricane as he roosts up, and as you see here, Hurricane does just enough damage to kill him after that roost. He Brave Birds there, kills me off. I clearly miscalced there. And then he can Brave Bird kill off the Raikou, not doing enough recoil there. Obviously, it kills Drapion and Mega Altaria as well, so I just got swept by Crobat off of a shit ton of hacks, and a couple chokes that only were chokes in the sense that it opened me up to being hacks. And you know, the entire game before it was so bad as well, just because Hutch was so salty about getting hacked, and I just played badly because of it. And you know, just a bad game. Hopefully you can see why I didn't feel like uploading this. I don't think Hutch has uploaded this battle either. Just bad. It's just a bad game overall. But you know, now that we have gotten this bad game out of the way, I should be catching up on the rest of the content. So probably in a couple days or so, I'll have week 8 battle out, and then you know, week 9 battle should go out as it usually would be scheduled. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that. See you guys next time.